Hello, my name is Bain. I'm the Chair of Tourism Western Australia.
Di, it's great to have you here at the Global Summit in Rome. You were the host of last year, and we met in Kigali the year before that, where you were handed the baton. So really, you've done the full circle now.
I have, and it's actually such a wonderful juxtaposition if you think about, the ancient European civilization of Rome with the contemporary modern city of Western Australia. So to bring people from Perth to here to see a different way of approaching tourism has been really exciting.
I mean, I think that's one of the great things about WTTC, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. And, we talk about Kigali and Rwanda, and it was just such a different experience there as well. And their desire to become a real relevant, sophisticated tourism destination with all their wonderful natural assets. And when we hosted the event in Perth, we also wanted to focus on our wonderful natural assets because that's really authentic to who we are as Western Australia, but also introduce the world to a little known global understanding of Perth around our 60,000 years of continuous Aboriginal culture. And so a lot of people that came to Perth had never, just like me with Rwanda and a lot of delegates in Rwanda, had never actually been to Australia, and so their very first experience of Australia was Western Australia and Perth, and this exposure to our 60,000 years of continuous Aboriginal culture. So it's wonderful, we had that in common with Rwanda, whereas a lot of people have been to Italy, but they're seeing it through a fresh lens.
And we're a year in. What are you sensing as kind of the legacy from that event?
Yeah, we had a phenomenal amount of interest in investing in Western Australia. I think a lot of people really understood that Western Australia is the Western gateway to Australia. They understood, or they learned information they hadn't learned before, like the fact that we're on the same time zone of 60% of the world's population, the fact that we're just as close to Singapore and even closer to Southeast Indonesia and Asia as we are to Sydney and Melbourne, our East Coast Australian counterparts. So all of that was really fascinating for a lot of potential investors who also saw our incredible regional assets, our World UNESCO Heritage Sites, as opportunities for world-class bucket list accommodation. And so we've advanced lots of conversations around investment in really unique wilderness experiences in Western Australia.
That's really wonderful to hear. And obviously here in Rome, you've been on a panel today. What are your kind of key reflections and takeaways from this event?
I think it's really exciting. I've been thinking about Rwanda and the initial conversation people started having about AI and how that evolved in Perth and how it has evolved even more here in Rome. Like, AI is just this exponential growth story and everyone's trying to get their head around it. But the takeaway message and the positive message that I've got from being here in Rome about AI is that it's not actually one of those where tourism, we are not an industry that's going to be disintermediated. We are an industry that provides experiences. We are an industry where, potentially other people whose jobs have been disintermediated and they might have more free time on their hands will come to tourism and have these wonderful experiences. So I think that's such a refreshing and a great story that has come out of this summit here in Rome.
Di, thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome, thank you.